Hi everyone, myself Satvik, roll number 20951A05G4, branch CSC, section C. The topic which I got for concept video for the subject Database Management System DBMS is what is the difference between hierarchical model and relational model. Hierarchical model. This is one of the oldest models in a data model, which was developed by IBM in the 1950s. In a hierarchical model, data are viewed as a collection of tables, or we can say segments, that form a hierarchical relation. In this, the data is organized into a tree-like structure where each record consists of one parent record and many children. Even if the segments are connected as a chain-like structure by logical associations, then the instance structure can be a fan structure with multiple branches. We call the illogical associations as directional associations. In the hierarchical model, segments pointed to by the logical association are called the child segment, and the other segment is called the parent segment. If there is a segment without a parent, then that will be called the root. And the segment which has no children and the leaves, which are called the leaves. The main disadvantage of the hierarchical model is that it can have one-to-one and one-to-many relations between the nodes. Applications of hierarchical model. Hierarchical model are generally used as semantic models in practice as many real-world occurrences of events are hierarchical in nature, like biological structures, political, or social structures. Hierarchical models are also commonly used as physics models because of the inherent hierarchical structure of the disk storage system, like tracks, cylinders, many more, etc. There are various examples such as Information Management System, which is IMS, which is also proposed by IBM, Nomad, which is proposed by NCSS, etc. Now coming to the advantages of the hierarchical model. As the database is based on this architecture, the relationships between various layers are logically simple. So it has a very simple hierarchical database structure, which is very advantage. As when the hierarchical model is logically simple, people can understand and use it very easily. And the the more complex it gets, the more difficult to use it. It has data sharing as all data are held in a common database data, and therefore sharing of data becomes practical. Like as all the data are present in a same database, you can share it easily. Like when everyone is in a same home, you can talk with them easily or you can interact with them easily. But when they are in different homes, it is difficult, time taking, and process to interact with others. It also shares the same example. It offers data security, and this model was the first database model that offered data security. Data security is must. Nowadays cyber crimes are increasing. Data security helps us to become secure. There's also data integrity, as it is based on the parent-child relationships, and also there's always a link between the parents and the child segments. Disadvantages of the hierarchical model. Even though this model is conceptually simple and easy to design, at the same time, it is quite complex to implement. This model also lacks flexibility, as the changes in the new tables or segments often yield very complex system management tasks. Here, a deletion of one segment can lead to the involuntary deletion of all segments under it. It has no standards, as the implementation of this model does not provide any specific standard. It is also limited, as many of the common relationships do not conform to the format as required by the hierarchical model. Relational model. Relational model was proposed by E.F. Codd to model data in the form of relations or tables. After designing the conceptual model of the database using ER diagram, we need to convert the conceptual model into a relational model of tables, etc., which can be implemented by using RDBMS languages like Oracle, SQL, MySQL, etc. Here, SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Relational model represents how data is stored in relational databases. A relational database stores data in the form of relations, like tables. Properties of relations. Some of the properties are: name of the relation is distinct from all other relations. That is, uh, the name of the table need to be unique. Each relation cell contains exactly one atomic or single value. Each cell, like each row in every column, there need to be a single value. Here, multiple values are not encouraged or not supported. Each attribute contains a distinct name. The attributes or the column names need to have different or distinct names from each other in a single table. Attribute domain has no significance. Tuple has no duplicate values, that all the values in the row cannot be duplicated or cannot create a same row. Order of tuple can have a different sequence. The differences between hierarchical data model and relational data model. In this model, to store data, hierarchical method is used. It is the oldest method. It is the most flexible and efficient database model. It is most used database in today. It implements 1:1 and 1:n ratio. In addition to 1:1 and 1:n, it also implements many to many relationships, that is n:n. In hierarchical, to organize records, it uses tree structure. To organize records, it uses table structure. In hierarchical, more chances of complexity. In relational, no chance of complexity. In hierarchical, there is lack of declarative query facility. In current times, they are being modeled using NoSQL. In relational, it provides facility of declarative query facility using SQL. In hierarchical, records are linked with the help of pointers. In relation, records are linked with the help of rows and columns. This model lacks data independence, whereas these models provide data independency. Insertion anomaly exists in this model, that is, child node cannot be inserted without parent node. There is no insertion anomaly. It is used to access data which is complex and asymmetric. It is used to access data which is complex and symmetric. With this, I hope I have come to the end of the topic. I hope that you have gained some knowledge. Would like to take leave from you. Thank you.